first and foremost, you want your history curriculum to represent the experiences of the people inside the classroom, or the people inside Britain. So I think first and foremost, for me, I always like to start in my classroom first. What does my classroom look like? And I want my students to be able to connect with those stories, to see where they fit in, whether it be women, Black people, working class people, people from the homosexual community. All of these people should be able to see where they fit into the narrative, and they should be able to see their contributions. It should allow them to, make sense of the world they're in, really. And so we look at the story of migration right from around about the 4th or 5th century, right the way through till today. So what students are able to do, yes, they're able to encounter Black history, but they're also able to encounter the history of so many other ethnic minorities, so many other groups that came to Britain. And I think so the migration topic is one that I'm quite interested in, because what I think it does, which I think is really amazing, it really lets students understand that firstly, being British isn't inextricably linked to being white. If you deliver history that they feel connected to, they're more likely to be engaged, they're more likely to do well, they're more likely to go into studying history at an academic level or becoming teachers. And what starts to happen is you start to have new research, and through new research you start to have new stories coming into the classroom. And it's that cycle of getting more people there to research more things, to bring more stories in, and so that we can challenge what we once knew. It is amazing because Notting Hill Carnival, it's the biggest street fight, for want of a better word, in Europe, right? But many kids don't understand where that comes from, or where that came from, and why that's important. And Notting Hill Carnival, as great as it was, it is a gateway for students to understand what Britain was like in that period during the 1960s. And through the Notting Hill Carnival, you are able to see that story of resistance, that story in people fighting for civil rights. And I think it's a really, really interesting story. The first time I encountered someone like myself in history curriculum was during the transatlantic slave trade, right? I hated it. It was so painful, because for such a long time I've been presented with figures who are powerful, who made significant changes, and then I was suddenly presented with people who looked like me, who were nameless. They weren't given names. They had no agency. It seemed like they had no power, and it didn't give me anything to be proud of. And it was during my teacher training year, my mentor, hero, legend, somebody called Martin Spafford. He delivered a training session on diversity, and he completely blew my mind with all of these different stories about, African Romans, African Tudors, African pilots flying for the RAF in World War II. So when he kind of showed or introduced me to all of that, it kind of like set off a spark.